Good morning all, it's Lynn here from Destiny Fulfilled. I do hope that today finds you well. The card that I've drawn for the collective today is the card of Temperance, which is number 14. So the card of Temperance indicates that there is a need for middle ground. There is a need to bring something that is in the extreme back into something that is more in alignment, more in flow. It can also talk about the perpetual motion of life. It can also talk about, your life's purpose. It can talk about motion. It can talk about blending of energies, which is alchemy to me, right? That's exactly what magic is to me, right? When you start blending energies and, the cause and effect of that. It can talk about seeking equilibrium in a situation, and it can talk about possibly a spiritual transformation. If we look at this card, we can see that, this chap here is, blending the energies of the sun and the moon, right? He's in control. He's actually making magic here with the blending of energies that he's undertaking. But this card, when it comes out, and if we're looking at it from a self-improvement or a self-awareness, I don't always like to use the term self-improvement because, I don't think that we need to be improved on all the time. I think what we can do is become more self-aware, and that will then lead you to decide whether you want to change something or not. It's not necessarily about always improving yourself. I don't like that term as much as becoming more self-aware. But this card, can call us to take that middle path, to look at our life and our situations and see what is on the outside of that middle path, right? So the middle path is being in harmony, it's being in flow, it's being, I hate the word, but balanced, that sort of having equilibrium in the situations in your life. So it's calling for us to have a look at our life and see where we might be out of kilter in some area. So one of the questions could be that you might want to ask yourself is, what area of your life are you focusing most of your energy on at this time? And is that appropriate? Is it something that you're happy and willing to do, or do you feel like it's taking more of your energy than you actually wish to give it? Is there anywhere in that energy that you're expending in that area, is it in excess of whatever is required, right? So the some of the things that come to mind when I think of being in excess, is, am I over exercising? Am I overeating? Am I overthinking certain situations? Am I being overspending? Is there some area of my life that feels not quite in flow that I might want to make changes in? So have a think about what those areas might be in your life. The next question that you might want to ask is, what can you do to bring that particular area in your life back into equilibrium? What can you do to pull that energy excess, the energy that you're expending excessively back into a more controllable, a more appropriate level of energy that you're putting in? Another question that you might want to ask is this a pattern that I keep repeating in my life, right? A lot of when we move into expending excess energy in certain areas of our lives can sometimes be related to unconscious pattern behavior, right? So when we're doing something unconsciously and we're not aware of the underlying reasons why we might be doing what we're doing, when we're doing it unconsciously, that could be the reason why we've moved over into that excess area rather than being more in flow, more in balance, more in harmony. So, is there some form of patterned behavior that is reoccurring for you time and time again? This is something that I think takes a lot of honesty, can be quite confronting at times. But if we're willing to lift the lid on that particular thing and have a peek inside and start to, really think about, well, maybe I do that all the time. Why do I do that all the time? Don't look at it as in being a negative, thing that you dislike about yourself. Look at it from a place of curiosity. Look at it from a place of really wanting to understand what's at play here. Not that it's, terrible, you need to get rid of it right now, blah, blah, blah. It's not about that. It's about understanding how you behave in your life and in your world and in your environment. So, if you're willing, lift the lid, have a little peek inside and just determine, is there some form of patterned behavior that is reoccurring time and time again for you around this? And then the next question would be, if the answer is yes to that, what are some things that you can think about or do if you want to bring that behavior back into more even flow, back into a more equilibrium, so that it's not excessive in nature and taking all of your attention, your resources, your energy, right? And the last question that you might want to ask yourself is, what does equilibrium look like for me in this particular situation, right? So have a look at the situation. You can see that you may see, I should say, that it's in excess at this point in time, but what does equilibrium look like for you? And this will be different for everybody, right? So it's, what does it look like for you? How does it feel? What does it look like? What actions are you taking? What actions are you letting go of? What does that balance, that equilibrium, that harmony, that being in flow feel and look like for you? Anyway, that's all that I have on temperance. I do wish you well as you journey in to looking possibly at some pattern behaviors that you might have, some areas where you're expending excessive energy, where it's depleting you, right? And I wish you well. I hope that you have a lovely day, and I'll see you tomorrow.